Right, very good evening to you all. I hope you're all good. It's Wednesday, it's the 15th of March, and as it's a Wednesday, it's that time of the week where we take a look at the patterns and trends for the next 14 days. Not a forecast as such, but yeah, this sort of forecast has been well received, and I think, yeah, a lot of us like to just get a bit of a heads up as to how things are looking. We'll be looking at are we going to get so many dry slots in there? Is there going to be any spring? Because it is that time of the year where keen gardeners are wanting to get out, and we're all looking for that first magic 21 degrees 70 Fahrenheit of the year. But it's been a struggle. Today I managed to get out at lunchtime along Folkestone Warren in one of the rare brighter and mild days, and this is as mentioned, Folkestone Warren. It's Abbott's Cliff, and these are the chalk cliffs laid something like 80 million years ago in the Cretaceous period. But yeah, enough of the geology lesson. Let's get back to the weather. And no surprise for guessing that it has been a cool month. The central England temperature so far is standing at just 4.4 degrees, and that is lower than January and February. In fact, we're running at minus 1.3 below the average for this time of year. So it has been chilly. There was some snow around last week, as we remember. I'm going to just take a look at two weather stations across the southeast of England. This is one up at Aylesbury in Buckinghamshire, and you'll see up there the average temperature is 4.3 with 32 millimetres of rain so far this month, in contrast to Folkestone here in Kent, where it's a little bit less cold, should I say. The mean temperature here is 5.6, but it has been wetter at 52.8. So that's the comparison north to south. There have been some definite sort of like variations between the cooler northern part of the area and the milder southern part of the area. So we always look back before we look forward. This was the scene last week. Low pressure was out in the Atlantic. We were bringing in a lot of very cold air across the north of England. Milder air had started to arrive in the south. And this is how it's looking tonight. If you were here last week, we did say not much is going to change in the week ahead. And it hasn't in terms of the pressure patterns, but what has changed slightly is that we're bringing up more of a southerly feed this week. So we've lost the deep freeze, certainly from the north of Scotland and other parts of northern Britain. And at least for a few days, we're going to be bringing up these mild southerly or southwesterly breezes. Right, let's have a look forward to 1 week's time. Let's see if anything has moved. Where's that low pressure going to go? And well, unfortunately, this isn't the news that most of us want to see. A week from now, it's looking as though low pressure is going to become centred a lot closer to the UK. So that can only mean one thing: more unsettled, with the increased risk of rain again. So we'll have a little look now at the jet stream at the moment. So it is firing up across the UK. That's why it's relatively unsettled. But down here in the south of England, we're on the mild side, the more southern side of this jet stream. That's why temperatures have recovered. But just run this forward a week, and there's that jet stream. Look, it's gone further south again. The core of it is running through Central Europe, through France, and we are on the north side of the jet. And that is never the best place to be if you're looking for warmer temperatures. So yeah, March has been a bit of a struggle so far, and it looks like continuing in the same vein. Right, we're going to have a look at the temperature anomalies, because certainly for the next 4 or 5 days, the temperatures aren't going to be too bad. They're going to be closer to normal. So these are the anomalies for tomorrow. Notice how the oranges, they're slightly above average, and the blues are below average. So this is tomorrow and this is Friday. So yeah, a couple of really mild days coming up, quite pleasant. On Saturday, we maintain the mild theme. We keep the southerly breezes going. So yeah, not too bad and quite dry over the weekend. I think there's going to be a bit of a respite in the rain and the showers for a while. However, by Sunday, a bit of a clearance coming through, a slightly cooler day, but by Monday, we've still got this mild air predominantly pushing up from the southwest, keeping things relatively pleasant. And then by Tuesday, there you go, it's still mild. The changes start to appear in a week's time. Look to the north again. Look how those deep blues are starting to stream southwards again from Iceland into the northern parts of the North Atlantic. And then as the week progresses, so this is next Tuesday, we're looking like we're going to be getting an attack of cooler air from the west, but also from the north as this deep area of low pressure moves ever closer to the UK. Next Thursday, we're knocking on the door of a cold northerly again across Scotland, and things are the chill is starting to take effect. So this is Friday the 24th. This is 9 days' time. We are turning wetter, we are turning cooler, and we are getting more unsettled with a deep area of low pressure to the southwest and to the northeast of the UK. And then next weekend, it's looking at the moment like it's a predominantly cool picture, a bit of a battle of air masses going on again between some deep blues over the north of England and some reds over France. And so that battle of the air masses can only mean one thing: rain. And yeah, run this through to the 26th. So this is what, 11 days time, 12 days time, 13 days time. We keep things cool. So yeah, unfortunately, spring is still on hold. So we're going to have a look now at the GFS just to see how it wants to play things out for the next couple of weeks, to see if there's any dry slots. So at the moment, this is the situation today. It's cloudy out there at the moment. There's going to be some light rain. That's the case overnight. Tomorrow, we get a drier day, a brighter day with a few sunny spells. Later on the day, a spot of drizzle. We move forward to Friday and Saturday. So Friday, another band of showery rain, possibly quite heavy, pushing up from the south. And that's the case for most of the day on Friday. Saturday, once again, rather mild, a bright day, just the risk of a few showers breaking out in the afternoon and evening. And then later on in the day, that front pushes out the way. And Sunday is looking like a drier day, a brighter day, a little bit cooler. So if you've got plans, I would suggest that Sunday at the moment is looking like the best day of the weekend. Monday looks like it stays dry, but by Tuesday, then fronts are starting to push in. And then this is where things start to turn unsettled. Around about a week today, around about the 21st, 22nd, the first of those Atlantic weather systems start to push in with more regular intervals. This is Wednesday. Winds, look at that, quite strong coming in from the west. And that's the theme. And then by the time we get to Friday the 24th, more heavy rain. Jet stream starting to push further south. Notice how the heaviest of the rain is now starting to focus itself across southern Britain. And notice how those purples are appearing over the Pennines, suggesting that cold air is not going to be that far away. We're going to come on to the temperature trends in just a moment. So let's play this out. This is the 25th of March. So this is 10 days time. Lots of rain, lots of showers, lots of rather cool air. And as we go forward with time, look how those purples indicating wintry showers edge closer and closer to the southeast of England. So yeah, winter is not quite done with us just yet. And I think really that is the theme that's going to then take us out to the end of the month, rather cool and unsettled. Right, let's have a look at some trends now. So we're going to start off with the temperatures. So in a month where you would expect the trend line to be edging up with time, we're actually seeing that battling against the tide. The temperatures are set to start falling after a relatively mild few days. So that's your temperatures. We'll take a look at the precipitation. Lots of precipitation spikes at regular intervals, particularly in the next day or so, but more so again from the 23rd, 24th up to around about the 27th and the 28th. So, yep, lots more rain on offer at times, unfortunately. Winds doesn't look like it's going to be too windy throughout the period. Can't see any gales. Winds generally light to moderate at times, so that is one saving grace. I don't think we're going to be troubled too much with anything untoward in terms of the wind. But yeah, obviously do keep in touch when low pressure is around. It doesn't take too much for things to change. Pressure patterns. So at the moment we're sitting around 1018. We get that brief rise over the weekend. That's where things are going to perhaps turn a little bit brighter, and we'll have that dry slot Sunday into Monday. But then there you go, from the 22nd through to the 24th onwards, pressure falls away. And that's where the unsettled theme comes on. And then just to really finish it all up, bit of fun. Any snow in the forecast? Looking at these perturbations, certainly nothing for the next 10 days, but towards the end of the month, there are some snowfall spikes appearing, and it's not unusual. If you remember last year, we virtually went the whole of winter without any snowfall, and then we got that first of April snow event that gave most of us a bit of a surprise April Fools on that morning last year. So yeah, winter isn't done yet. Fair to say that for the next few days we do remain relatively mild. Showery rain at times with winds coming in from the south, but temperatures do start to fall away next weekend as low pressure comes in. Things turn cooler, more unsettled, and there will be the risk of overnight frosts, unfortunately, if skies stay clear. So, yeah, that's it in a nutshell. I hope you've all found it useful. Hopefully, by the time we come back next week, we'll be looking for some light at the end of the tunnel. But yeah, it's a bit of a struggle, as I've mentioned. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow morning with the forecast. But in the meantime, have a lovely evening and ciao for now.